Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Farah Nuralya. My demonstrative speech today is going to be how to make a sushi. The sushi that I want to make is uramaki. Uramaki is an inside-out sushi. Why it is called inside-out sushi? Stay tuned. So, sushi is the most popular among Japanese. Japanese usually enjoy sushi during special occasion like celebration. For example, during Sapporo Snow Festival. Sushi has three major steps to be made, which is the first one is preparing the rice, prepping all the ingredient, and rolling the sushi. So, first of all, I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to prepare the sushi. So, how to prepare the rice. So to prepare the rice, we have to wash the Japanese rice properly. We are using koshihikari, which is the white short grain Japanese rice, which is we have to wash the rice several times until the water become clear. To cook the rice, we need to use 1.1 kilogram of rice to 1.1 kilogram of water, and then we just have to cook the rice for about 40 minutes in the rice cooker, and the rice will be cooked. So when the rice is cooked, we have to prepare the sushi vinegar. Sushi vinegar is actually to give a flavor of sourness and sweetness into the rice. So we just have to prepare about 100 ml of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we just have to pour the sushi vinegar evenly into the rice. So when the rice is poured vinegar evenly, so we just have to simultaneously remove any large clump on the rice in order to easier the process of rolling the sushi. Then we have to cut the rice to make sure every grain work in contact with vinegar and the sushi vinegar evenly spread on the rice. And the next step is preparing the ingredient, which is the salmon strip. We have to make sure that we are using sushi grade salmon to avoid food poisoning. So we just have to create a saku with the sushi grade salmon. Saku is actually a rectangular block of salmon. So when in order to creating a saku, we have to make sure that we are cutting the salmon cut against the grain of sino, which is the white line on the salmon meat. The reason why we have to cut it against the sino is to make sure the meat of salmon is tender and silky soft, so that when we're eating the salmon raw, it will just melt on our mouth. So sino is a connective tissue that connects muscle fiber. So in order to cut the saku, we have to cut it about 4 cm width. For the long, it depends on how big the salmon it is. So we want to create a strip of salmon, so we just have to create the saku. We just have to cut the strip into 4 cm long and 1 cm width. So we just have to cut it vertically along the saku, which is the rectangular block of salmon. And the next step is for flavoring the sushi. So we use 3 flavor ingredients, which is wasabi, tezu, and spicy mayo. So for wasabi, we are using a fresh wasabi. So for fresh wasabi, we just have to grate the wasabi. The reason why we are using a fresh wasabi, because fresh wasabi is a lot more sweet than the wasabi that is sell on the sushi store. In the plastic. And for tezu, we are preparing tezu is to moisture up our hand in order to rolling the sushi, so that the rice will not stick to our hand. So to prepare the tezu, we just have to ready about 4 tablespoon of water and 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, and the tezu is ready. So the next one is rolling the sushi. To roll the sushi, I'm using 2 tablespoons of koshihikari, the white grain Japanese rice. So with 2 tablespoons of rice, I just make sure that all the edge of the nori is covered with rice. Nori is actually an edible dried seaweed, which is Japanese call it nori. So when all the edge are covered except the very bottom of edge, because the very bottom of edge we are using it to stick to either side of nori. So we just have to flip the nori over, so that in this step why it is called uramaki, which is the inside of sushi. This is because the rice will be the outside layer of the sushi, because normal sushi the nori will be the outside layer of the sushi, and then we just have to fill all the ingredient horizontally into the on the top of nori. So we have to place all the ingredients the same way we want to roll the sushi, which is horizontally, so that I will cut the sushi vertically. It will easier the process of cutting the sushi. So I will just put about 4 strips of salmon strip, and I will just squeeze one line of spicy mayo to give a little bit of spicy taste. And then to roll the sushi, I will put the daikon sprouts the same way I put the salmon strip, and then I will start to roll the sushi by slightly dampen my hand with the zoo so that the rice will not stick to my hand. And then I will start with the very bottom, and then I will roll the sushi over with, and I will make sure to tuck the ingredient properly so that the roll will not open when we are already roll it. So the next step is wrap the makisu with plastic. Makisu is made up from bamboo, so that we don't want the rice to stick to the bamboo. That's why we wrap the makisu with plastic. So makisu is we used to reshape the sushi roll so that it will be perfectly cylindrical. So we just have to put the makisu on top of the sushi roll, and then squeeze the roll to make it perfectly cylindrical, and squeeze the edge to tuck in all the ingredient. And the last step is to sprinkle some sashimi togarashi. Sashimi togarashi is made up from 7 different spice, Japanese spice, and normally Japanese will consume sashimi togarashi to their meat if they want their meal to be a little bit of spicy, because the main ingredient of sashimi togarashi is actually chili. So the very last step is cutting the sushi. So we have to make sure our knife is clean and moist so that the rice will not stick to our knife. And then we just have to cut the roll into half, and then for with the two half we just have to cut it 3 times until it will result about 8 bite size of uramaki. And then we just have to plating the uramaki the way we like. And for the conclusion, sushi is actually easy to do, as it is not doesn't occur any hard step, because we just consume all the ingredient raw. We just have to roll the sushi and put all the ingredient into the roll. And sushi contain fresh ingredient, and it is actually a complete meal because it contains a carbohydrate, rice, a salmon strip for protein, and vegetable, which is the daikon sprouts. So sushi is actually suitable to be eaten every day as a brunch, lunch, or dinner. So that is all for me. I hope that my demonstrative speech is really helpful for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy my video. Thank you.